Hi guys, it's me, Crystal again. This is Good Morning Too, a lovely Sunday morning with Jack Frost nibbling at fingers and toes and noses. Alexa, what's the time, please? Alexa, what's the time?
It's 9:21 a.m.
Right guys, I'm trying to warm myself up and brave the outside to take my dog for a walk. It is extremely cold, so wrap up well. I haven't got a car, so my car isn't getting to get frosted over. I don't need defroster. I don't drive and I don't have a car. That's one thing, I suppose. Because usually some cars break down in this weather and they won't start. Like my dad's had various cars in his lifetime. Before he died, he had loads of cars. He must have had hundreds. And in the whole of his life, he was always changing cars, always second-hand rust buckets. And they used to break down and the battery used to go dead and they used to just conk out in the middle of the road. So I don't have a car, so I don't have that problem. So going back to yesterday, my son walked me back to the flat. I went downstairs with his iPhone because it had charged, and then went downstairs. He was waiting outside the front of the flats for me. He doesn't drive anymore. His car's broken. So I walked with my son back to the railway station, and it was packed full of people everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. You know, and of course it was that football match. That's why everyone was all excited for the England and France match. So my son, I said to my son, oh my God, I would have liked to have gone into the co-op to get a scratch card. So my son went into the co-op with me. He bought me a scratch card and we couldn't see a member of staff at the counter. The co-op was packed full of people, and I jokingly said, where's the staff? I said that like people could walk off with something. There was nobody there. No staff on the counter, no staff in the shop. And the co-op opens till 10 at the Rochester Riverside. And then I saw a security guard right in the corner. But if you needed somebody, we was at the counter for a couple of minutes, just stood there staring. Couldn't find a member of staff to serve us. Eventually my son got the scratch card. He put a lottery ticket on, and then we both walked to the train station, and that was jam-packed with train staff guarding the barriers. People everywhere, different coloured hair, black and white. There was a girl with a dog tooth coat, a really large girl with a dog tooth coat walking about yesterday, with half her hair white and half black. There was a woman with pink hair with her glasses on her head. It was full of people down here yesterday, jam-packed full of people. So I gave my son a hug. I said, see you later. And he went off to get the train back to London. And then I walked back to my flat by myself and came back into my flat by myself. It's very, very cold last night. I took Max out very briefly. When I came back home before the football started, I took Max out just around the block, and there was giggling. It's very frightening for an older person when there's a group of kids screaming and shouting and giggling and yelling. So I avoided the co-op area last night and I just walked Max around the block twice. But I didn't go anywhere near the co-op because it's open till 10. And you know, wherever there's a shop, there's people. Wherever there's a pub, there's people. Wherever there's a railway station, there's people. People hang around places, don't they? They just hang around. Even in the freezing cold weather, they hang around. And for an older person, you know, hearing yelling, screaming, and there was kids in the car park again, skateboarders last night, in the cold weather. I mean, all I wanted to do, I didn't want to go out, I had to. It's very, 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 very cold. There's people, obviously, on a Sunday going out to visit relatives. They go and have their Sunday lunch with their mum and dad, their family. I'm here on my own. I don't see my mum on a Sunday. She's requested that I see her during the week. So you know, when you're on your own, you don't want to buy a great deal of food. It goes off. There's no good buying like meals that cover 4 people's plates, is there? So I've got a couple of chicken breasts in there. I've got some rice, and I was thinking of maybe doing a chicken curry. And then I've got, you know, food I got from Tesco's delivery the other day. I've still got a chicken korma. There's a beef curry in a tin. I've got rice, so you've got the beef in a tin, and then you just put the rice there and you heat it up, you've got a curry. When you're on your own, you don't have, you know, you only have got yourself to look after. Once upon a time, a long time ago, I had all the roast dinners. We had the gammon. We had at Christmas. We would cook a great big meal, have a massive Christmas dinner, turkey, stuffing, roast potatoes, everything. When your kids grow up and you're left by yourself, you don't get that anymore. That, you know, Christmas, when you've got children, is wonderful. It's glorious. But I've had that. I don't get jealous of other people, because when I was younger and in my 20s and my early 30s, I had kids. I had enormous roast dinners. We had big presents. But then life takes a massive U-turn and my whole life went down the pan. I left my husband. I was homeless. I was on the street. I had nothing. From having a nice 2-bed house with a cosy bed to sleep on, I found myself chucked out on the streets with nothing. And I appreciate the small things in life. When you are thrown out on the streets and you have nothing, and I was literally thrown out and made homeless, you have nothing. You don't have the clothes on your back. I didn't have a coat. I lost absolutely everything. You don't have a cosy bed to sleep on. It's miserable. It's horrible. That's why I appreciate homeless people stuck in doorways. And in this weather, they're going to die of hypothermia, and someone should be helping them. And it shouldn't be up to members of the public to bring homeless people into their home. It should be up to the government to make sure people aren't homeless. MPs are not homeless. MPs have got nice homes, nice houses, nice families. So is the royal family, got a nice home. They've got all their children. They don't get split up, do they? I have my kids taken away from me. I don't need that. I won't be watching any royal family celebrations at Christmas because I don't want that shoved in my face. I know what it's like to be poor and on the street with absolutely nothing. They don't, and I don't want all that drama, all that fucking fakeness in my face. They don't know what it's like to be on the streets. They don't know what it's like to be on your own at Christmas. They're a massive family. They get together. They've got money. They've got no worries. When most people have, they have to worry about what's going on the dinner plate, how they're going to heat their home, how long they've got a roof over their head. And I don't need all that bullshit in my face from rich MPs and the royal family. Now I'm going to get on with the rest of my day. I'm frozen, as most people are this morning, getting up and realising how cold it is out there. And I'm getting on with the rest of my day. And what the royal family does, what MPs do, I don't really care. See you later.